And I'm back. This is Supervisor Richard Forster with your meeting report from our bi-monthly meeting of December 10th, 2013. Last meeting of the year. There is a special meeting we'll talk about right now. We had a blue slip come up on our agenda. It did meet. It was one of those cases that could have gone or not gone according to our county council, but technically it met the requirements for a blue slip. It came to a supervisor's attention. The request was made for action after the agenda was posted, and the item was not known to the board or the county before that request was made. It was made by Jason Mulford with Amador County Veterans Organization, still running under that name after the Board of Supervisors asked that he change that, and he said that he would. He has not, under the guise of Victory Village. The request was for a grant, signing off on a grant as the governmental organization in the county so that ACVO Victory Village could go out and get a grant for homeless veterans. Worthy grant to go after. Problem is this grant application process was started in October. The request was made to the board. No backup information was provided. So it would have been very difficult to consider this item. It's one of those cases where if you want something done, do it correctly. Get the information to the board so that it can be looked at, and if you want it approved, do it the right way. Well, it was not done. The board did not accept the blue slip, voted to not accept it. It will come back in a special meeting on Monday the 16th of December at 3 p.m. I can't tell you what the outcome of that will be, but it's just one of those cases of if you want something done, do it right in the first place. So with that, I'll talk quickly. We had a long agenda, a lot of items that were moved around on the agenda to satisfy requests from participants. Maureen Funk was in on Amador Council of Tourism and gave a report on the State Fair booth, as well as ongoing funding for the Amador Council of Tourism. Part of the discussion took place about what ACT wants to do with measurements of return on investment for their marketing program. Maureen talked about where the money, the approximately $65,000 from the transient occupancy tax will go to this year. Most of it, as you can imagine, with tourism going to advertising to get more people to Amador County, things like San Francisco Chronicles, Sacramento Magazine, Capital Public Radio. Very expensive to advertise in any one of those, but doing a good job and working with the MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, with the Chamber of Commerce, with the Business Council, with the vintners, and trying to have more of a coordinated effort in the county so that there's no double expenditures of funds, and it's working out very well at this point, and good job by Maureen and her board at the Amador Council on Tourism, as well as the partners out there, Chamber of Commerce and Vintners and Business Council. The board gave a resolution to Linda Van Vleck on her retirement coming up at the end of the year. Going to be sad to see Linda go after 24 years. It's always sad, but you're happy to see someone going off in retirement after a long career with Amador County. She's been our code enforcement officer now for about 14 and a half years. Really a tough position, but Linda made it easy in a lot of ways, a lot of different situations to deal with. Properties that are so polluted basically that they need people to come in and do code enforcement actions on them to get them cleaned up. Abandoned vehicle abatement, Linda has dealt with that and very effectively removing cars from all over the county. Things like going into marijuana patches that are growing against our county ordinance and trying to get people to come into compliance. A lot of funny stories there, but this is really a position that could be very adversarial when you have to actually take armed deputies in with you sometimes for your own protection. You can imagine people don't like the county or anybody else messing with them and their property sometimes, but it is a necessity at times when you have properties that have issues like wastewater remediation issues. So good luck to Linda as she goes off with her husband and family in retirement, and we wish her the best. Amador Water Agency was in and was granted a $1.45 million loan for a 20-year term. This will go for a hydroelectric project up in the Tanner water treatment area. Tanner area. This Tanner site actually begins with the Amador Water Agency transmission pipeline, ends at the Tanner site. That's where the hydro site will be. There was a second proposal, possibly for an Ione hydroelectric site. That was not done today because the cost of it would be about $400,000 more. That's one reason. The other cost, it would generate double the electricity, but the power at this time, the net metering that is available, you're only compensated by PG&E for what you produce for what you use, not for residual things like other areas of your system. The water agency would not be able to recoup any of that. They would not be able to recoup any of the excess power and sell it back to PG&E. At this time, there's ongoing litigation to resolve. The loan will be 0.75% for the first 5 years, no lower than that, up to a maximum of 2.5% over the 20 years. County rate, normally county doesn't earn more than about 3%, but right now we're earning a great big net of 0.19 with the annual yield for 12/13 of 0.59%. So good use of county money. This is money that's in our water fund that will be used to go out, and it is taxpayer money that will be used to go out and help taxpayers, and we'll continue to make that happen. Bob Sleppy was in from Mule Creek talking about their infill project at Mule Creek. Specifically, he was talking about the $1.3 million that will come to the county. Half of that goes to the school district, about $634,000. The other half will be split between City of Ione and Amador County. They'll have to meet and negotiate who gets the money that will go out to capital projects that are of benefit directly related to the infill project if it is completed. Things like could be road construction, could be drug treatment facilities, could be enhancing the police force in Ione. So that discussion will take place. A lot more on the agenda that I'm not going to be able to talk about, but go on the county website, and or you can listen to TSPN or the radio and hear what's going on. Call the supervisors, 223-6470. If you want more information on this item or any others, check our county website. This is Supervisor Richard Forster. We're going to a break.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.